Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Ubabu Zungu in the Senzo Meyiwa case, the damage that he did on the Senzo Meyiwa case pertaining to the state side when it comes to the defense. Remember when some of you saw Absalom Zungu is finished today? I remember was it Wednesday, Tuesday, something along those lines last week. Okay, today it's Sunday anyway. So, but some of you were busy saying that Baloyi will expose him. Expose what exactly, guys? The wrong ID number to legit, the fake signature, or the fact that Baloyi ran away from both, like they were radioactive. Who's exposed now? Because wow. Who's exposed? The detectives that were busy investigating the case. Okay, anyway, exactly that. Those are the things that people are wondering right now. People were confident predicting Absalom Zungu's demolition. Like they were watching a boxing match, only for their champion to start dodging punches like the questions were made of uranium. That's what was happening here. So let's break that situation down, guys, because wow, Baloyi, wow. Baloyi will expose him. That's what you people say, the supporters of the state. Expose what exactly, guys? Because when the moment arrived, this is what happened. The wrong ID number, suddenly not so important. The fake signature issue, suddenly not so important either. It vanished like smoke in air. The legit system contradiction, not a single word, not a single word or follow up, not single, not even one follow up on it. Baloyi tiptoed around those landmines like a man who realized mid cross examination. Wait, this is going to blow up in my side, not his. This is not going to blow up defense, but it's going to blow up the state case on my face. When he realized that, and guess what happened? The public saw everything. We were watching Tina Bondaba, we were watching like nobody's business. No spin, no editing, just a state advocate bailing from his own questions. We were watching. We were like, hi, what's happening here? What's happening here? Oh! So if we are talking about who's exposed, let's just say the detectives must update their suspect list because wow, Sanela. Because wow, Ianda, witness list, suspect list because people are gonna get arrested soon. That soon may not be tomorrow or 2025, but it will happen. It will be an African time. It will happen in the African time way. You will see. You watch. It's going to happen. People are going to get arrested. And high profile people. People that were seen as, yeah, those ones. You watch, they are going to get arrested. So if we are talking about who's exposed, it can't be Babu Zungu. No ways. It can't be. There is absolutely no way. I just wanted to come here and do a video whereby I'm like, remember when you people were celebrating very early? You people celebrating, Absalom Zungu is finished today. Baloyi will expose him. Hey, you guys, you said that with your chest out. Your whole chest was, you were busy saying that Absalom uzobona uzobona Baloyi is black excellence. Shame, man, shame on you. Shame. What a shame. What a wow. What a wow. Some of you are feeling like Sifoga Fanini ku planet Earth and go to Jehovah. What's the like? You are on that now. You are on some Siamba because what? Baloyi, what are you doing to us? That is where you are. That's how things are going for you. Because when the moment arrived, the big exposure, what exactly got exposed? When it comes to Zungu, nothing. Absolutely nothing, guys. Nothing was exposed. Instead, Zungu was throwing shade, was in fact the biggest tree in Africa. In fact, he put the Mount Kilimanjaro and made shade for everyone. He did that. Let's start with the wrong ID number. Those are the things that got exposed. Let's get there. The wrong ID number. Everyone was waiting for Baloyi to pin him down. Absalom Zungu, that one. But instead of exposing Zungu, Baloyi avoided that thing like it was a live electric wire. That's what he did. He touched it once and immediately backed away because he could see that it's not looking good. And he's not that stupid, but he's forceful. He's double, knowing very well he has no case. Mm-hmm. Who's hiding from what now? Is it Zungu or Baloyi? Mm-hmm. Then came the fake signature, a whole signature that doesn't match anything the state claimed. You would think Baloyi would go straight to it, right? Expose the lie, destroy the witness, boom, finish. But no, he swerved, he ducked, he ran from that topic like it was radioactive material. If that signature is fake, who's really in trouble here? Is it Zungu? Is it Zungu that is in trouble? Is he exposed? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that for you. I will allow you to deal with that yourselves. Nantis. Guys, you deal with that. And let's not forget the legit system contradiction. The one thing that could completely wreck the state timeline, guess what? Baloyi didn't want it, didn't touch it, didn't even blink in its direction. You don't run from evidence you are confident about. You don't do that. You don't run away from it. How do you run away from the evidence that you are so sure that is going to break or make your case? You don't do that. You run from evidence that might blow up in your face. And that's exactly what Baloyi did. So after all the hype, all the cheering, all the just wait till cross noise, what happened? Tell us, detectives. Tell us, Nina, the supporters of the state, the detectives of the state, who got exposed. Because it sure as hell wasn't Absalom Zungu. It sure as hell wasn't Absalom Zungu at all. The only thing got exposed was a fear of confronting the real problems in the state case live on national television in front of millions of people who were watching. In fact, in front of the whole world, because there are so many people that watch the case outside of South Africa. Orkant Nogal, there are people who are watching the case. When the truth is solid, no cross-examination can break it. And when the case is weak, even the advocate starts running for cover. That is exactly what Baloyi did. He ran away from things. Because I remember at the end when he was asking about the signature. Oh, Ubabu Zungu, wamhlafuna, spit, and Ugai ran away quickly, faster. Hey, he couldn't. Yabona that he closed off and was like, I'm done, my God. Right there on the spot. And now you come here and say, my lawyer is going to expose him. Expose him where? When the case is in shambles like that. The state case is in shambles. Sadly for you guys. What a sad moment for you. Oh, what a sad moment for you guys. Sadly. And the fake signature is a problem for the state. The wrong ID number is the problem for the state. If you don't want to see how much Baloyi was conflicted, please, Baloyi realized mid-cross-examination. Watch the footage closely. The moment he sees the signature problem, he abandons the topic instantly. No follow-up, no demand for explanation, no confrontation, because digging deeper might have exposed who actually signed what. And that's a topic the state absolutely cannot afford. No, never. They can't afford. He avoided everything flashing nuclear warning signs. He avoided because he was like, hey, Ubi. Explain missing record, he failed. Because the reason he was actually avoiding all of these things, because questioning Zungu on legit would have forced Baloyi to explain missing records, explain mismatched timestamps, explain internal errors, and explain missing record, explain internal errors, explain who has access to what and when. And the moment he goes there, the scrutiny turns from Zungu to police handling and evidence management. That is exactly what was going to happen. So Baloyi retreated again on all of that. The turning point for the public, because the public started realizing a lot of things at once. This is when South Africa or South Africans watching caught on. People expected Absalom to be destroyed, but instead they saw Baloyi hesitant, Baloyi backtracking, Baloyi skipping major issues, Baloyi forgetting follow-up questions. And the biggest shift happened right there. Public opinion flipped. They did a 360. The opinions did a 360. Suddenly, people weren't questioning Zungu. They were questioning the state. Even people who doubted him earlier began saying, wait, this man is actually consistent. Why is the state doing this to South Africans? And what the state accidentally exposed here is what actually got exposed. The ID issue wasn't Absalom's doing, first of all. Internal inconsistencies in police documentation, ID issue. Number two, a questionable signature tied to the state's own paperwork. Number three, weak evidential chain linked to the legit system. Number four, cross-examination strategies that collapse under pressure. Number five, a state advocate avoiding landmines that could blow up their case, not Zungu. This wasn't cross-examination. It was an escape mission. Everything was just spared. So after all the hype, after all the confidence, after all the predictions that Absalom is finished, let's take only question that means only, let's ask the only question that matters. Who walked out exposed, Zungu or the state that ran from its own evidence? Because from what South Africa saw live, Zungu didn't just survive. He vindicated himself, and the cross-examination that was supposed to bury him ended up burying the narrative against him. That is what happened there. So next time, please get your facts straight and use your medulla to check things out. All right? Thank you so much. I want to see you on our next video. Please tell me, what were your thoughts when it comes to all of this? Bye-bye.